Hi. Bye. You look very contemplative. Hi. He even waved. That's amazing. They don't normally do that.
All right then. Please excuse me. I'll lead you to it from here.
Okay. Thanks, Ipe.
Off you go, so I can move on with my
I apologize
dialogue.
that your impromptu visit comes at a busy time for us, Commissioner. Otherwise, you can be sure that we would have prepared a more extravagant reception.
In all honesty, I don't think he cares.
I don't mean to impose, Sir Kujo. In fact, I'm not here on official business at all. I heard the good news about yourself and Lady Hiragi. What a glorious marital alliance this shall be. Given the close ties between our clans, it seemed only right that I should come and offer the Kamisato clans congratulations in person.
He's such a charismatic person, and I love it.
I'm truly honored. I hope the news didn't come as too much of a surprise.
Hey there! We came to congratulate you as well!
How have you been in the week since I last saw you?
Since the incident with the Takatsukasa clan, things in the Tenryou Commission have slowly started to stabilize.
Yay!
I'm still acclimating to the position of acting head of the clan. I just hope I'm up to the task, so I can live up to everyone's expectations.
Again, where is your brother? Where is Masahito? Have we covered this and I just don't remember? Always a possibility with this game because I never retain any information here, except I seem to remember people's names. Kind of alright. So where is Masahito?
You're far too modest. The public thinks very highly of you. They say you're hardworking, upright, and responsible.
I hope we get to see Ayato and Ayaka interact with one another. I hope they didn't just yeet Ayaka out of the scene so that we never had them interact. I'll be very sad if that's the case.
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't have achieved anything without the support of my people. Thanks to them, everything is gradually stabilizing. And I finally had the chance to focus a little on my personal life.
Well, you're certainly making big progress in that department.
Sounds like it was worth sending that letter. You must be a smooth operator.
Come on now. You're embarrassing me.
Had nothing to do with my response, but the second response.
Pardon me,
It's perfectly all right. Please, continue. I'm quite content to listen.
He's a people watcher.
It's a joyous occasion. Light-hearted is exactly how things should be. Really, who stays stony-faced when talking about a wedding?
You're right. But I am curious to know, what's your honest opinion on the whole thing? Do you think it's too sudden?
Of course not. Where there is true love, nothing should be allowed to stand in its way.
He's a romantic.
No doubt people will offer you a colorful variety of opinions. But of course, you will have factored this into your decision, and I'm sure you are prepared for whatever challenges may lie ahead.
Indeed I am.
So, please be confident. When your mind is made up, you ought not be worried about things for which you are already well prepared. Nevertheless, there is just one small aspect of this that puzzles me a little.
Please, go ahead.
You've been working hard to bring the Tenryou Commission in line. This is positive, and no doubt the beginning of important change. But on the other side of this equation, Lady Hiragi's father, Hiragi Shinsuke, is still in prison.
I completely forgot about that. That is totally true.
If you choose now, of all moments, to announce a marriage between the Hiragi and Kujo clans, the kinds of rumors that may begin to spread both among the general public and in the Kanjo Commission are not likely to be in either of your best interests.
Yeah. Couldn't have put it better myself, Sir Kamisato. This has been my biggest concern for quite a while now. Hiragi Shinsuke is firmly against me having any contact at all with Chisato. In the past, we've always had to communicate in secret by sending letters.
So why... I was just thinking that what I was about to say had further overreaching problems. But why does she not just cut ties with her father and the previous clan and just join him and become part of the Kujo clan and not have those ties? But the problem I thought about with that is that that would then sour the attitude between the two clans further when Shinsuke gets out of prison, and yeah.
So although now may not look like the best timing for this marriage, it may well be the only opportunity we have.
Oh, you're taking advantage of the fact that he's in prison. Smart, actually.
Oh, that guy? Yeah, he acts like this sweet old man, but he was determined to make as much trouble for us as possible. Oh, he is the worst!
I can see where you're coming from. But you're only postponing the problem, not solving it. You will still have to face it sooner or later.
True, but then he'll be asking for forgiveness, not permission. People sometimes say that's the better
well
option.
aware of that.
I'm not always agree
But
with that.
since Chisato had the courage to ask me to marry her in spite of everything...
Wait, what?
How can I disappoint her?
She proposed to you. Yeah, okay. Dude, you've got to commit now. If she's okay with her father's situation, just do it.
Well, sort of. She raised the idea in a letter, and after some initial hesitation, I went to meet her and have a serious conversation about our future. It's funny, actually, because when I formally proposed to her in person, she denied having ever written that letter. So coy.
What? What happened there? Who wrote that letter if she didn't? And why?
Huh?
That's
Really?
really concerning. I guess she's just pretty shy. Maybe she prefers things to be more implicit.
She didn't say. She just acted confused by the whole thing. She really committed to it. I'll never forget the look on her face.
Oh.
Anyway, as her boyfriend, I knew she was just pretending, so I played along and said, I was only joking about the letter, and then I proposed. After making some disgruntled noises about me making a stupid joke, she blushed and said yes. We spent that afternoon working through all the details of the wedding.
So does somebody actually want them to be together? Or is someone colluding to put them both into a bad situation?
Okay. So you discussed it and decided on a date.
We did. I guess it was a chance to finally express our commitment to one another, clearly and completely. And you know what? I think it was about time.
The hell's with that sunlight? The timing.
No matter what happens next, I will always be there for her as the one person she can always rely on.
Oh, give me a break. Sorry, but Paimon's been wanting to say this the whole time. Is it just this dude, or does everyone in love act like this? He just won't stop talking.
Nothing can stop him from sharing his love story. I think he can't help it.
Apologies, my friends. And also to Sir Kamisato. I must sound like a fool.
Not at all.
Far from it. On the contrary, seeing you so positively smitten puts my mind at rest. No surer evidence could there be of your true feelings and your commitment. If I had any reservations before, I certainly don't now.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're going to investigate the nature of this letter. So do we then have to go find out who physically handed it to him to then go back along the chain?
I wish you a joyous wedding when the day comes.
Yeah, even if it's kind of irritating to see you all smug like this, it's still a happy occasion. Good luck on the day, and have a happy wedding.
Thank you all. It means a lot.
Will we get an invitation?
We have some other business to attend to now. Until next time.
Very well. I'll see you out.
You part ways with Kujo Kamaji. Kamisato Ayato seems to have more to say to you.
He seems busy. That must be true for anyone about to get married, right? It's a happy kind of busy, though.
You're right. Kujo Kamaji is on cloud 9. What do you think, traveler?
He seems genuinely happy, but unbothered by how the whole thing began.
He chalked it up to her being coy, but that doesn't sound like the Hiragi Chisato I know.
Nope. No way would she do that.
It bothers me also. But, unfortunately, attempting to seek the truth of the matter would likely be fruitless.
How so?
Yeah, how come? Whenever we come across stuff like this on our adventures, we always find a way to get to the bottom of it.
I see. So that's how adventurers think.
Is it so different to yourself?
In my opinion, we face two obstacles in this case. Firstly, we have very little information to go on, and I must be cautious about taking a stance. This makes it difficult to investigate.
It's kind of cute that he wants to investigate this wayward love letter. Because it seems so small and minor. But on the other hand, it's like, well, that could actually have really big repercussions. So it's good that he's getting involved.
Secondly, and more importantly, the person involved doesn't seem to care.
I would just, not Ayato, as a traveller in Paimon, I would just go ask, yo, who actually handed you that letter?
If we intervene without his blessing, good intentions may lead to catastrophic results.
You do have a point. Kamaji doesn't seem worried at all.
Unless we just ask Ippei. Because he either passed it on himself or he is aware of who did it.
Everything in the world is intertwined. What looks like a simple outcome is often the result of multiple conflating reasons. Seeking the full truth would be a long and laborious process. It would be inefficient.
Speaking from experience, been here before.
Sort of. I have to take this approach, or the work of the Yashiro Commissioner would never be done. My opinion is something like this. When something strange happens, instead of trying to find out what could have caused it, it is better to look at the situation itself. If the outcome is positive, and no one was deceived or harmed in the process, then it is acceptable.
But are there really no negative consequences to this? Yeah, that's the problem I have. Because it can go either way. It could be a positive, someone just wanted them to get together and, get on with their love. Or it could be negative and have massive, dire consequences for the two commission clans by joining hands in marriage. They could be deliberately trying to stoke the fire. And that's not a good thing.
We don't know yet. After all, we don't know what Hiragi Chisato's thoughts are, do we?
She may be more prepared to talk about it, but her admitting the letter was false isn't going to tell us where it came from.
I have to say, I'm impressed by your ability to zero in on the issue from such a short meeting. Most insightful of you. You are thorough and thoughtful, just as my sister describes.
Huh? But Chisato and Kamaji have already talked everything through, haven't they?
Only if we are to take Kujo Kamaji at his word. But there are two sides to every story. I wish to know Hiragi Chisato's angle on this.
Huh.
She's probably really bothered by it.
Makes sense, but Paimon still doesn't quite get it.
That's because you're silly.
Don't worry about it. I was planning to visit the Hiragi clan to deliver my best wishes anyway. Let's take the opportunity to hear her thoughts.
Fine, but I'm fast traveling.
If she's as committed as Kujo Kamaji, perhaps they can navigate the challenges ahead successfully. But if...
Oops, sorry.
Well,
Spacebar.
Life isn't always a smooth journey.
Yeah, I'll just come from the back of your estate. Nothing to see here. Hi. Oop, got stuck on a stone. Typical.
There is still much to prepare for the wedding. Should we also invite some prominent business leaders who frequently visit Rito?
Ooh, third option. Is it someone from within this clan who's looking to improve their standing? Not necessarily the person specifically, but the clan itself, since it suffered this blow by having the leader in prison. Are they trying to use the connection to Kamaji and his family to boost themselves up?
At the very least, we should send them invitations.
I agree. Ah, hello there, Yashiro Commissioner. To what do we owe the honor on this fine day?
Oh, you don't. We're not talking to you. We're looking for Hiragi.
As it happens, I'm here regarding the same wedding I believe I heard you discussing just now. I come bearing the felicitations of the Kamisato clan. Would Lady Hiragi happen to be available at this moment?
Our lady is entertaining guests right now, and we're not entirely sure how long she will be.
But please, do come in. We will arrange some tea and snacks for you and your attendants.
Attendance, bruh.
Hey, Paimon is not an attendant!
You misunderstand. These two are dear friends.
You're too kind.
We don't wish to impose. We'll just wander around in the general area.
If I'm curious to see who's visiting her.
Apologies for the
Given the
interruption
current
while you're busy
situation.
with preparations. Please, let us know once Lady Hiragi is available.
Nonsense, Commissioner. No imposition at all. This wedding is a joyful occasion, and all the other clans who serve the Hiragi clan are most delighted for them indeed. We're merely doing the best we can to make this wedding as grand an affair as possible.
When the time comes, we'll invite everyone in the clan and even the general public to attend.
That sounds splendid. We'll leave you to it.
Take care,
Splendid.
Commissioner.
Such an underused word.
Seems like you guys talked a lot without actually saying anything.
True that.
Hence why I dislike small talk.
Yup. That's
Our timing
inherently
was not ideal,
what that is.
but never mind. I spotted a stall on our way over where we can pass the time.
Okay.
The owner always manages to come up with novel ideas. I'm one of his regular customers.
You come to Rito that frequently? Okay. Tomoki!
It's Tomoki!
What's he doing here?
Ah, it's you. Good to see you again. Seems like you're always showing up with a VIP in town.
Yeah, you seem to get around a lot. I thought you were permanently in Inazuma City.
Oh? So you know the owner as well?
Indeed I do.
Yep, we tried his dango milk a while back with the almighty Shogun in Inazuma City.
Ah, I see. So you were involved in that. I'd caught wind of this dango milk, but I didn't know that it had anything to do with you
Oh, it
two.
was a twist of fate. It was unexpected, that's for sure.
I always order one of his creative drinks whenever I pass the stall. The flavor is always new and interesting. When I noticed he'd set up shop in Rito, I simply had to come by.
Thanks to you all, my business is finally beginning to take
Yay!
off. More and more people are willing to give my creative cuisine a shot. It gave me the confidence to decide that I'm going to stick to creative cuisine from now on.
Good on you. It's good to have a passion, sir.
On the one hand, I wanted more people to be able to try out my culinary creations. On the other hand, I wanted my customers to experience the joy of being creative too. So I gave it a lot of thought and finally came up with an all-new business concept.
Sounds interesting. What is it this time?
I've decided to give complete creative control to the customer. I offer all sorts of ingredients, and they pick and choose whatever they want to mix with their milk or tea.
Oh, I've just realized, of course we interact with Tomoki during Ayato's quest because of him and his bubble tea thing. I only assume it's a thing because he's got a whole animation about it, but okay, this makes much more sense now.
As well as dango, I now offer rice cake, purple potato balls, black sugar, and sunsettia.
Do they really all go well with milk?
Yeah, the potatoes are questionable.
Hard to imagine, but who knows? It could be delicious.
What if I were to choose some ingredients you don't have here? Would that be okay?
Well, I guess so. Any novel ideas you have, Commissioner, please feel free to tell me. I'll go buy the ingredients right away.
We could supply them ourselves.
The whole idea was to let my customers express their creativity freely. So of course, I shouldn't place restrictions on the ingredients if I can help it.
Excellent. There are a few things I'd like to try. Lavender melon, seagrass, and sea ganoderma.
Okay, it's interesting.
What? You want to mix those with milk?
Yeah, I think they would blend fine. I'd just be concerned about the combination of the sea plants with the melon.
I do indeed. Why? What's wrong?
You really think that's gonna turn out tasting good?
He won't until he tries.
It's all about the experience. The taste is secondary. It's great to try new things. Traveler, any thoughts?
Lavender melon, seagrass. Let's go with dango. Yeah, lavender melon.
Sounds like a risky choice. Are you sure? Well, okay. Paimon will have the same as you.
3 milks with lavender melon, please.
I have the lavender melon if I have to supply it myself, sir.
No problem. Give me a second, I'll have them ready in just
Hey, I
a
don't
moment.
have to. Great. After a short while, the creative milk is finally ready. It's pretty.
Here, your milk is ready. Give it a try.
Yep, just as Paimon suspected. Raw lavender melon does not taste good.
What do you mean raw lavender melon? You don't cook melon. And if you are, you're weird. You would just suck the moisture right out of it.
I think it tastes all right. It makes me feel in touch with Mother Nature.
Your review seemed pretty positive, but Paimon still thinks there are better combinations.
Taste is your key concern, yes?
Obviously, tasty food and drinks are some of life's most important pursuits.
Well said. If I could say the same was true for me, I believe I'd be a very content man.
In other words, you have too many other things to worry about.
Yes. No one has unlimited energy,
Except for that
and
kid.
I try to conserve mine for the things that really count. To create some mental breathing room, I try not to overthink the less critical matters. Having my sister attend public events in my stead and having Toma as housekeeper has also been a great help and allowed me to focus.
See, you need to go have a chat to Kokomi because she could stand to learn a lot from you.
We're just passing the time here, though, though, right? Is there anything else to think about than what we're doing right now?
And it's really interesting that they have him in charge of just like one of the smaller commissions of like a 3-commission country under the rule of the Archon. Whereas Kokomi is like the leader of the subset of this country, and yet, you know, so she's got more people under her control than Ayato does. But she hasn't got her shit together, but he has. It's very interesting.
One or two things. Let's continue this discussion somewhere else. I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's residence.
You saw who Hiragi Chisato was meeting? Oh, I hope so.
No, it was just a small detail. I was curious to know their thoughts on the wedding, so I asked them about it. Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy for the Hiragi clan.
But the Hiragi clan itself isn't happy.
But that's not the truth.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going with that.
What do you mean?
Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the Tri-Commission. Hiragi Chisato is the sole remaining pillar of her clan, but now she plans to marry into the Kujo clan. If I belonged to one of the assisting clans to the Hiragis, I would not be feeling optimistic about the future. But they didn't mention a word about that. They simply said they were delighted for them. These are not unintelligent people. I highly doubt it is because they simply do not realize.
I guess it is a bit strange.
I imagine they didn't want to discuss family issues in front of outsiders. But still, the more I think back over that conversation, the more it doesn't sit right. Keep a close eye on them, Hisashi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this ninja just pops out of nowhere.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
This is one of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban. He's been quietly watching out for us this whole time.
Merely doing my duty, sir.
I did wonder that he could just walk out in the middle of nowhere with us, with no guard. I mean, I know Ayaka does it all the time, but she's a little lesser in standing than he is. But good to see that he did in fact have someone having his back.
Keep a close watch on the clan representatives we met today.
Well received. I'm on the case.
Oh, and I almost forgot. That milk I just had? Please order one more and deliver it to Toma.
As you wish, sir.
Oh no, poor Toma.
Hey, he had really weird taste when it came to that potluck thing we did. Good luck, Toma.
Sir Kamisato, Lady Hiragi's previous engagement is now concluded. She's waiting for you in the courtyard.
So we're not going to know who she met with.
Thank you kindly. Let's go and see Hiragi Chisato.
I feel like Ayato is like a combination of Zhongli and Diluc. He feels like, a combination of the two of them. He's far more positive and uplifting than Diluc is. But he's got sort of like the logical sensibilities and the politeness of Zhongli. The slightly more reserved nature. Yet at the same time, he's reserved, but like very forthcoming with his words. And he doesn't just like waste words, he actually uses them. Oh, sorry, she's back here. My bad. Could have just climbed up in case.
Hi, nice to see you again, Chisato.
I heard that Sir Kamisato had brought some guests, but I didn't know it was you two.
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi. How have you been faring?
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet you, let alone here in the comfort of my own home. I'm doing very well indeed, thank you. You must be so busy. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and congratulate Kamaji and I. It really means a lot.
But of course. The Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that he's very much looking forward to the wedding. Perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you a joyful wedding and a blissful marriage.
Thank you for your kind words. This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work harder from now on. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one and face whatever the future throws at us, together.
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you, Chisato.
Yes. To be honest, I'm still a little nervous about it all. But Kamaji has been so supportive. His promises have comforted me a lot.
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. Well, there are so many things I need to consider. In case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers, Shinojo.
Oh, really? Him?
Mm-hmm. He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had something very important to tell me. He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamachi.
I hate people like that. It's just... This woman barely knows of your existence. She's very much in love with this other man who is very definitely appropriate for her, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with the match. And instead of just, quietly dealing with your own feelings on the side and, sorting yourself out and moving on with life, you go and make it the other person's problem. You just go up to them and go, "Hi, don't marry that person because I like you. You should be with me instead." It's like, how is it that person's problem? They're happily in love to a decent human being. Can you just deal with your own feelings on your own instead of putting it onto somebody else? Some people are really inconsiderate.
He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out of line. I was quite shocked to see him so agitated.
Unless he knows about the letter.
But despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time for this wedding to happen.
He's just trying to sow discord between the two of you. What happened to being happy for the person you love? Honestly.
He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a voice of authority in the Hiragi clan. And it could be a disastrous move for my personal image, too.
It's just two families becoming one big family, though, right? What's the big deal?
Traditionally, in Inazuma, clan affiliation influences every facet of life. After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes thereafter.
Which is just silly. It should bring them together, not push them further away.
Precisely. This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I went along with it all too easily. Maybe I allowed myself to be pushed into this. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I'm making my guests listen to me complaining.
No problem at all. The Yashiro Commission has a duty to listen to you. Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help you as best I can. For instance, by helping you gather your thoughts on the matter. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you. But we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy. Oh, dear. Perhaps I should have kept that part to myself.
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose-designed, what with all the fancy lettering and so on.
Fancy lettering, you say? So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed?
When it comes down to it... yes, I think so. Oh, do you mean to say that this letter is not what I thought it to be?
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh? But then...
How did someone get a sample of your handwriting?
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance.
I disagree.
Who knows? Perhaps Sir Kujo was the one being coy. After all, he had no particular reason to be forthcoming with us about the details of his playful proposal.
I understand. As you say, ultimately, the origin of the letter doesn't matter.
It does when you consider the further implications.
But my position does matter. Kamaji and I thought that we needn't worry about anything that lies ahead, because we can face it all together. But now, I think I should give it some more thought.
Marriage is the most important decision of your life. Don't let yourself regret it. It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult times. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that goes against your will. To be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest wish that both of you may enjoy a bright and beautiful future, not a bittersweet one.
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me. I can't thank you enough, Sir Kamisato. I'll think very carefully about your advice.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things over, we will excuse ourselves.
Oh,
Whoops.
wait! Let me see you out.
Thank you, Lady Hiragi, but there will be no need. Traveler, let's find somewhere to talk.
Where would you like to go? Where are we going? Ooh, it's actually the other side of Rito. You couldn't pick somewhere closer?